Here we are. Hey, Steve, thanks for coming on today.
Hi, Cam. How you going? Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us for another live stream in the Business Insiders page, although we may have changed our name, Cam. You might want to introduce that a bit better than I've done. So over to you, Cam, for a really good introduction.
That's okay. Look, wherever you're watching, folks, this is Steve and I doing our live Q&A. We do it every Tuesday. In the past, we've always done it via Zoom and kind of behind closed doors for our clients, but we thought we'd start doing it openly. And so what you'll see is from time to time, you'll see some clients come in. We might read some of the questions that people are sending us, not only in the group, but also, you know, our own clients send us. But this particular week, we just want to reply back to a Facebook post that I put out about a week ago now, Steve, and it was the 10 lessons that I've learned over 15 years of marketing. And it had a lot of good traction, a lot of good engagement. A lot of people kind of got into it and said, you know, I really like number 3. I can resonate with number 5. And they were in no particular order, but they really resonated with a lot of people, you know.
Yeah,
those
definitely.
10.
And we wanted to drill down in that a bit today.
Yeah, we just thought we'd pick 3 of those and just talk about 3 of those, and you put me on the hot seat, so to speak, and use our Q&A today as a hot seat type of thing. Now we do have a couple of people that have come on already, and if you're on, please feel free to drop a comment in the comments below and even ask us a question. So it doesn't have to be about what we're talking about today, because that's what the live Q&A is about. If you've got any question about marketing, just drop it in the comments as we're doing the live stream here. Or if you're watching the recording, drop it in the comments and we'll type it back to you. But we prefer a comment live, and that way we can deal with it straight away. We'll also flash it up on the screen and go from there. So, Steve, do you want to jump in and hit me with the first one?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll just give the folks, if they haven't seen the post, I might just give a quick recap, Cam, just to give some context for this. So your post, it was about maybe 10 days ago, maybe a bit less. It said 2021 marks 15 years for me in the marketing game. Congratulations, Cam, by the way. That's really good in the, in the days of instant guru-ness, where you do a course and then you are instantly online as a guru. 15 years is a nice inning, so well played. So, yeah, you've said 2021 marks 15 years for you in the marketing game. You've seen lots of changes and marketing options created that didn't even exist 10, 5, or even 2 years ago. And, yeah, that's a really cool comment as well. And then you went, so in no particular order, the 10 most important things I've learned. And I'm just going to read out those 10, Cam, and I'm going to go and put you on the spot and say, well, come on, Cam, 10's a lot to get through. What are your top 3? So here we go. In no particular order. Number 1, an irresistible offer beats everything else you will create or come up with. Number 2, never underestimate the power of marketing systems. Number 3, bright, shiny objects, aka marketing tools, come and go, but fundamentals never change. Number 4, the gurus are never right 100% of the time. By my best estimates, I would say they get it right 30 to 40% of the time. No, Cam, you're wrong. The gurus are always right. Right.
Always right until another guru proves them wrong.
Yeah, until they're wrong, all right? All marketing is testing, measuring, and a bit of luck. Anyone that tells you otherwise is selling you snake oil. Number 6, analytics is nowhere near as important as sales. Number 7, paying for a new website without investing money in ads or SEO is plain stupid. You'll be the only one looking at your new site. Marketing is a numbers game. If you know 90% of your marketing converts at 3%, you can make a lot of sales from that. Number 9, be excellent at writing direct response copy or pay a small fortune to someone who does. It will change your game. And last but not least, number 10, and again, these are in no particular order from Cam. When you hire an agency or a marketer, you will most certainly get what you pay for. If you pay peanuts, you'll be working with a monkey. All right, Cam, some big gems in there. And like you said at the start, that got an awful lot of engagement. I think you also reposted that in here, didn't you? I think.
I reposted it in the groups. Someone else reposted it on their group. Someone else shared it on their page. So it actually got a few miles out of it. Yeah. Yeah,
all right. Good. So 10 nuggets of gold for 15 years. Cam, what are your top 3 out of those 10? And I'm going to be terribly hurt if number 9, be excellent at direct response copywriting, is not one of your top 3. So at risk of opening myself up to great professional hurt, over to you, Cam, your top 3.
Well, I'm going to offend you from the get-go. I didn't pick that one.
Oh, come on.
mainly because we're both in the direct response marketing industry, and I thought, what would be the best 3 for people, right? And so rather than pick my top 3, I based it on what would be the best 3 that people could kind of, go, okay, if I just got 3 things right, how would that impact my business? Yeah. And so for me, the first one of the 3, in no particular order, the first one of the 3 is an irresistible offer beats everything else that you will create or come up with. So, that's regardless of your tactic, your strategy, the funnel that you build, the cleverness of your product, you've got to have an irresistible offer based on the problems that you can solve for other people. An irresistible offer will outperform any clever marketing, any new tricks the gurus tell you to do every single day of the week. And whenever we create a marketing campaign for our clients, we always reverse engineer the process. We always start with the offer. We never start with the pretty web design pages or the landing pages or the ad campaign or the email copy. It's always based around what is the offer? What's that hook? What's that bait that we're going to get people with? And start from there. So, Steve, that would be the first one. Create what I call an irresistible offer.
So, Cam, what is it then that separates like an offer from an irresistible offer? Like, what are some of the things that go to making it like that, making it so?
I think number one, you've got to speak their language. So one of the things that I share with people is that I used to be a sports coach, a triathlon and a swim coach. And if I was making an offer for, say, triathletes, there's a few different levels of triathlons you can do. You can do a sprint triathlon, which is under an hour. You can do a 2-hour triathlon, or you can do what I call an Ironman triathlon. Now, if you try and make an offer to all of those different types of triathletes, it's going to be vanilla for everyone, right? But if I created an offer that was specifically for the Ironman folks, and it was something like, learn how to take 45 minutes off your Ironman bike split in only 6 weeks, guaranteed. You see, that's an irresistible offer for anyone that's racing Ironman, because they all want to take time off their bike. Mm-hmm. Anyone that's done any sort of Ironman training or is competing in the Ironman understands that the bike is the largest component of that race. And so everyone's looking to kind of shave time off the bike, because you can only shave off minutes off the swim. Swim's a 45-minute swim. You could train all year, and you're only going to shave a minute at best off a 40-minute swim, right? The run, you're already tired. You're already tired by the time you get to the run in a triathlon, because it goes swim, bike, run. So you can't really take a lot of time off on the run. However, you can shave a lot of time off on the bike ride, because most people will be on the bike from anywhere from 5 to 7 hours. So it's one of those things that triathletes look for. So that's an example of creating an irresistible offer for a particular type of market and a particular type of segment within a market.
Yeah, so you're selling the transformation, not necessarily just the thing, right?
That's right.
That's really important.
It's A to B thing, right? So how do we get someone from A to B? That's what they're looking for. Like you said, the transformation, the outcome. Yeah. And you've got to be able to clearly explain that to them.
Yeah, and I think as a real guru, not a pretend guru or an instant guru or an overnight guru, drummed into us, a decade or so ago, Cam, is that they buy the offer. So you've got to put your effort and time into that. But also, in particular, a weak offer brings a weak response. And that's. Yeah, and I suppose it probably psychologically, subconsciously, Cam, you said it was no particular order, but it's number one, because if you get that wrong, it's over, right? It doesn't matter, like you said, how good your copy is, how good or your automation is. If the offer's not there,
design, your funnel design, doesn't matter, right?
Yeah. So I actually think subconsciously you put that there first, because it is the thing, right? Because they buy the offer.
It is one of the most important things, and it's the important thing to start on. You have to start with the offer.
Yeah, fantastic. All righty, Cam, that's number one. At risk of continuing my disappointment of copywriting not being number 2 or 3, what would be the second most important one from there?
Yeah, look, I think in marketing, in my years of experience in marketing, and yours as well, Steve, a lot of people get hung up on the analytics. You know, they get hung up on the data, and you've got to have the data and get stuck on the analytics. And yes, we all agree that the data and the analytics is super important. However, it's not as important for your clients than sales.
Yeah.
What they're interested in is money in the bank. They're not just interested in leads clicking a button or people visiting their page or heat maps or any of that. What they're more interested in than anything else that you can do for them as a marketer is bottom line sales. They want to see money coming into their bank. That's what they're interested in. And so, I think that trumps, or in my personal opinion and my personal experience, that trumps all analytics. If you can fill up your clients' bank accounts, or if you're a client doing marketing yourself, if you can get, more money coming into your bank account, focus on the sales. At what point of your marketing are you making sales easy? Right, Steve, you call it the sales prevention department. Some people actually make it hard to make a sale. They have too many steps in their funnel, too many hoops for people to jump through. So, don't get caught on the analytics. Don't try and make things complicated. Make them as simple as possible so it's a nice, smooth ride from the lead to the sale. You don't need this big, long, confusing customer journey. It's like, find a lead, generate an interest, show an irresistible offer, present them with the opportunity to buy. Keep it simple, and you'll make more money in your marketing.
Yeah, I think I did borrow that phrase from a guru long ago anyway, the sales prevention department. But I think too, Cam, you did right there. We do kind of get caught up, or it's easy to get caught up on what we could term vanity metrics. Oh, gee, I got a 45% open rate for my last email campaign. How many sales did you get? Well, so you've got to think in terms of this. What would you prefer, a 45% open rate for an email campaign that made $2,000 worth of sales, or a 2% open rate for an email campaign that brought $40,000 worth of sales?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So you be really careful of the vanity metrics that you often, again, you see a lot of that stuff online, right? But it's more the sales are what keeps the business going, as everyone knows, and that focus on the sales and the money coming in the door is much more important than a vanity. Well, I got this percent or that percent. Gee, look how cool I am, right?
Exactly. I can share a story with you based on that exact example that you just gave. A client this morning sent me an SMS. Their email went out this morning. One email went out this morning. They've already got 5 leads. 5 leads. 4 of them are solid. Each one of those leads will be spending, if once converted, over $100,000 into their projects. Now, they didn't text me and say, Cam, we've had 23% open rate. Well, they didn't send me an SMS saying, oh, I'm so happy 30 people clicked the email, you see.
Yeah.
So what the sale is what they want.
Yeah,
right?
they're happy with the result, like we were talking about at the start.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So good point.
Really important. So don't get caught up in those vanity metrics. Let the gurus and the pretend gurus do that. Just focus on the sales, right? Absolutely. A 0.5% open rate that brings you money in the door is better than it's better than a 50% open rate that brings you nothing, right?
That's the key. Yeah.
All right, let's keep moving, because we are on a bit of a time thing, and continuing my day of disappointment, I guess, Cam, with you today. No mention of copywriting. So number 1 was an irresistible offer beats everything else you will create or come up with. Number 2, the second most important, was analytics is nowhere near as important as sales. And Cam, if it's not copywriting, what is your number 3 thing out of your list of top 10 things?
So it was the number 7 one, and that was paying for a new website without investing money in ads or SEO. So that's traffic, right? Is just plain stupid, because you'll be the only one looking at your new website. And, I see a lot of this. People reach out and they say, hey, I want a new website. And I say, well, that's great, but what are you going to do after that point? Well, nothing. I just want a new website. Someone told me I need a new website or whatever. So if
my branding's amazing, my new colors are amazing.
Fantastic. I've had someone do it, and we don't, I've had exactly that, Steve. I've had people say to me, I've gone to a branding expert, or I've had it, rebranded, and these are my color schemes, these are the font sizes, and it's great. Okay, well, how much money are you going to spend on ads when that website's built? Well, none. Well, how much SEO are you going to do when that website's done? Well, I'm not going to do SEO. We're just going to focus on the website and social media, right? Posting. It's like, big mistake. So, you know, I often say to people, don't build a website if you just want to build a website for a website building's sake. You'd be better off, you know, building something like Funnel or a one-page site and spending the money that you're going to spend on a $10,000 or $20,000 website, spend it on traffic, getting people to 1 or 2 pages. Like for me, if someone's got like 10 grand to spend on their marketing, I think it's just a disconnect to spend $8,000 of that building a new website and only $2,000 of it on traffic. I'd rather do it around the other way. Spend $2,000 on one page, right, or a couple of pages, and then $8,000 on traffic. You know, getting the eyeballs to those pages. So I'd kind of flip that model a bit, and it's a little bit, you know, different to what many website agencies will tell you or sell you. But I'm, you know, I rather than go 80% on website, 20% on traffic, I just flip that. You know, build what you can up front, and then make that irresistible. Get your language right, get your copywriting correct, you know, and keep optimizing those 1 or 2 pages, and then have the most of the budget, the 80, 60, 70, 80% of your budget towards getting traffic to that site.
Yeah. And now, look, we're not, thanks for that, Cam. We're not saying either that a good-looking website is not important. We're not saying that analytics is not important. We're not saying that your funnels and so forth are not important. But, Cam, as I'm looking back down at your top 3, they're all very sales-focused. And I think,
they are.
Interestingly and subconsciously perhaps, that is really interesting that you've picked those 3. And it's all about, you know, nothing happens in business until a sale is made. So, all right, Cam. We've waxed lyrical long enough. Were there any comments or questions? We do have a little bit of time if you want to talk about copywriting, but let's not. Well, we'll save that for another day, hey?
Yeah. Save that for next week. Next week we'll make it up to you with the top 3 copywriting strategies.
Well, let's hope my hurt's repaired by then, so I can actually talk about it. All right, Cam. Thanks very much, and again, well done on that post. That was really instructive, and it did get an awful lot of response. So well done, and thanks for sharing a bit more of your wisdom today, Cam.
Cheers. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, everyone.
We'll see you next time.